In this video, we're going to look at the giants of the Philippine economy. They are not just businesses, they are massive holding companies. But as a stock investor, you cannot build your wealth on sentimentality or family heritage alone. You need to understand which of these giants manages its capital more efficiently, offers better protection against economic downturns, and distributes cash better to your brokerage account. This is an objective look at their business models, their fiscal year 2025 financial performance, their dividend track records, and their future plans to stay competitive. By the end of this analysis, you will know exactly which powerhouse deserves your hard-earned money. Let's start with SM Investments Corporation with ticker SM, which is the flagship brand of the C family. SM has built businesses around consumer, retail, shopping malls, and huge commercial banking operations. Their core strategy is capturing the everyday spending power of the massive Filipino middle class. If the Philippine consumer is spending money, SM is profiting from it. Ayala Corporation with ticker AC, on the other hand, is one of the oldest and most prestigious conglomerates in the country, led by the Zubel Ayala family. Ayala treats itself like an elite asset management house. Instead of just focusing on basic consumer retail, they specialized in high-end urban real estate, leading banking infrastructure, global telecommunications, and digital fintech systems. Now the verdict on company background. SM takes this point for beginner friendliness and pure market presence. Its business model is so straightforward that anyone who has purchased a shirt at an SM store can understand how the holding company produces money. Let's look at their presence on the Philippine Stock Exchange. SM Investments has a valuation of over 1.1 trillion pesos, cementing its position alongside its property arm SM Prime as the heavyweight champions on the local market index. Ayala Corporation, on the other hand, commands a highly impressive but smaller market capitalization hovering around 300 billion pesos to 325 billion pesos. When institutional foreign funds enter the country, their very first mandatory stop is almost always the liquidity pool provided by SM. Now the verdict on market capitalization. SM is definitely the winner here. In the world of investing, greater scale translates into greater liquidity, better institutional defense, and huge systemic impact to the local market index. Every stock advisor evaluates a conglomerate by its defensive channels. Here are SM's core strengths. First is unbeatable synergy engine. The real estate malls and retail stores direct millions of depositors straight to BDO Unibank and China Bank branches. Next is SM's vast geographical footprint. SM has a unique footprint spanning far beyond Metro Manila, capturing high provincial consumer traffic. And lastly, the company has a highly lucrative logistics and food manufacturing assets like To Go and Goldilocks, which consistently fuel their growth. Here are Ayala's core strengths. Ayala Land commands absolute top dollar pricing power over luxury real estate and master planned business hubs. Next up is digital dominance via Globe Telecom and the massive funding vehicle Mint. The enterprise controls GCash, which is the undisputed fintech giant utilized daily by tens of millions of Filipinos. Lastly, Ayala Corporation has excellent track record of identifying structural megatrends and shifting capital early into emerging spaces like clean renewable energy via ASEN. And the decision on strengths, Ayala Corporation wins this category. While SM dominates basic retail and traditional banking, Ayala successfully owns the high-tech, high-margin infrastructure through GCash and their massive clean energy projects. No investment is guaranteed safe haven. You must carefully measure the risks. These are SM's core risks. Because their revenue engine relies heavily on shopping, dining, and retail consumption, sustained high inflation or sudden economic recessions can compress their retail margins sharply. Second is e-commerce disruption. Digital marketplaces continuously challenge traditional physical department stores, forcing SM to invest heavily to protect its retail turf. On Ayala's core risks, Their high-end property and manufacturing segments are sensitive to global supply chain swings and real estate cycles. Next is slower execution via diversification. Now, managing highly technical, different businesses across telecom, health, solar energy, and infrastructure means some emerging divisions can take years to contribute to corporate net profits. SM wins on risk management. SM's core portfolio focuses on everyday essentials, such as food, basic banking, and mid-market retail, which naturally possess a far higher defensive buffer during major economic downturns compared to high-end real estate or capital-intensive global tech infrastructure. Let's see how these empires are positioning themselves for future market dominance. Here are SM's future programs. SM is building integrated, sustainable mini-cities anchored by multi-use SM malls outside Metro Manila to capture regional economic growth. Second, SM intends to aggressively transition its commercial facilities toward sustainable power, raising its target clean energy mix above 31% to minimize long-term utility overhead. Here are Ayala's future programs. Ayala is actively scaling its financial technology ecosystem with preparation for a historic high valuation public offering of its digital parent company, Mint. Lastly, Ayala Corporation is aggressively building a vast nationwide EV charging grid alongside automotive distribution partnerships to capture the premium local electric vehicle industry. Now the verdict on future plans. Ayala Corporation clearly wins this round, unlocking the multi-billion peso value of a dominant market fintech platform like GCash provides a massive capital catalyst that cannot be replicated. Now let's talk about the financial performance of both companies. SM's absolute scale is amazing, printing a massive 90.5 billion pesos in net income. This is driven by robust banking margins and consumer spending. Ayala put up an excellent performance with 48.3 billion pesos in core profits, showing solid momentum. However, on pure efficiency basis, SM consistently extracts a stronger return on assets and return on equity. Now the verdict on 2025 financial performance. SM takes this point with absolute certainty, generating nearly double the net income of its competitor while sustaining a higher double-digit growth, which highlights the power of the C family's financial strength. For income-focused investors, checking cash flow history is essential. Let's break down their common stock yields the past 3 years. SM prefers to conserve cash to fuel project expansions. Its dividend yield has hovered consistently between 1.5% to 2.9%. However, they rewarded investors in the recent cycle with a massive 31% increase in cash dividend payouts, highlighting their growing cash reserves. Ayala Corporation maintains a highly structured, reliable distribution policy with common share dividend yields averaging between 1.8% to 2.8%. If you look closer at their capital structure, their preferred share offerings is very attractive and high yielding for conservative investors. Now the verdict on dividend yields. It's a tie. While Ayala has historically provided a more stable baseline for holding company common payouts, SM's aggressive 31% dividend hike proves they can quickly pass significant cash returns to shareholders when core operations surge. The long-term outlook for both conglomerates is tied directly to the growth of the Philippines. SM acts as a direct proxy for the Philippine population. As long as domestic remittances keep coming and the local BPO sector drives employment, the baseline demand for SM's consumer goods, everyday retail items, and personal banking accounts will remain stable. Ayala serves as a direct proxy for modern industrialization and infrastructure. They benefit directly from digital finance adoption, clean energy transitions, and modernization of urban living spaces. The verdict on impact to the country. SM is better for broad economic exposure. SM touches the daily transactions of Filipinos with greater frequency, making it an essential building block for any portfolio tracking. We have run the numbers and weigh on their impacts. So which conglomerate is the better investment for your portfolio? If I were to choose just one winner for the average investor, SM Investments is the overall better buy. Here are the reasons why. SM represents a monopoly over consumer habits in the Philippines. Its multi-trillion asset base, its command over the country's largest banking networks, and its exceptional efficiency in extracting double-digit profit growth during complex economic cycles make it a safer, highly dependable equity asset. SM is a foundational stock that you buy and hold for decades, knowing it will protect your capital. However, Ayala Corporation is a better choice if your investment strategy prioritizes digital disruption and green energy. If you want exposure to high margin tech ventures like Gcash and the massive green transition across Southeast Asia, Ayala provides a growth engine that traditional retail properties simply cannot replicate. At the end of the day, wealth advisors will tell you that you don't necessarily have to choose between them. Holding both shares in your portfolio gives you the balance between defensive retail and high growth digital transformation. If this analysis helped you clarify your investment plan, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in our next market analysis.